Hi, my name is Albert Leacoff. I'm the co-founder and executive director for the Center for Art in Wood, and I'm proud to announce that Dean Pulver is our 2017 recipient of the Bob Stocksdale International Excellence in Wood Award. We're proud to have this award, which is supported by an anonymous donor. Dean is the second recipient. The first was Jakob Weisflat from Germany. Dean Pulver's work is the ultimate in streamlined contemporary. He is sculpting only the most important line. It is like he is drawing with wood.
So his work combines sculpture and functional items?
Yes, he makes very sculptural tables and his pure sculptures, which either hang on the wall or pedestal forms.
I spoke by phone with Dean Pulver, who's been living with his wife in Taos, New Mexico for 20 years. He told me he was raised in Minneapolis, but came east for art school.
I went to college at the Philadelphia College of the Arts, which is the University of the Arts now. I was in the sculpture department and did mostly metalworking and figurative clay work. Started taking some courses in woodworking, but my woodworking career really didn't start till after college. I moved to Massachusetts, where my wife, Abby Salisbury, grew up.
Abby's also an artist. They met in art school.
We opened our own gallery, and I was interested in starting to work with wood because there's a great history of other woodworkers in the area. So I started working for a shaker furniture company, and that's where I learned woodworking skills, which was mostly machine work. I was pursuing my sculptural work also at the same time, spending a lot of time teaching myself a lot of techniques. I wanted to be self-employed so I could have all my time making objects. So I started a cabinetry and furniture business.
Dean set up his own shop and was trying to balance making sculpture along with his commercial work.
Instead of trying to keep the two careers separate, I wanted to bring them together. So I started building a lot of sculptural furniture, trying to guide my cabinetry business to customers who would hire me to build work that was of my aesthetic.
And Dean's aesthetic was widely admired.
I first became aware of Dean Pulver's work in our curated exhibition, Your Personal Hang-Ups, which was curated by Gail Brown. And he submitted this piece entitled Here, which you could use to hang up a coat and a hat. This object is really like a three-dimensional drawing, the minimum form for a coat rack.
After 5 years in Massachusetts, opportunity came knocking.
I got a job at Anderson Ranch Arts Center for a summer. Then we ended up coming to Taos, New Mexico. That's when my artistic career and understanding really started coming together, because I found a community of people that I could talk to and share ideas. I was much more interested in, let's say, what Bob Stocksdale was interested in, a very pure, truthful beauty centering. He was a conscientious objector, very conscious of society, political actions, speaking about those things, as I do myself. Within my work, I think it's very important to bring people back to their center as human beings and what we have in common. Within his objects, that's what I find, and that's one of my great pursuits in what I do, to really bring people back to themselves and make objects that bring joy to you. These sectionalized pieces, I've been thinking a lot about how humans break things down through either science or engineering, looking at things like fractals, growth patterns. So I felt this coopering, sectionalizing of pieces spoke to that of transition through time, transition through our development, how we look at objects as humans and break things down.
The most current piece, which he finished just within the last couple of weeks, is O, and we have the model for O here. Also the final piece, which is over 3 feet in diameter. His forms are constructed like stave constructed barrels, but it's a very loose construction of the staves. They're made up of individual sections, and they really only meet in the innermost circle, and then they separate as they get to the outside of the perimeter. So there's light between each of the elements.
He often paints his pieces. Is that something he's always done?
This is something new that he's getting more into. That he's not just painting the pieces, but he's incorporating iron and copper into his finishes. So they look like they're bronze or metal.
With my time here in Taos, the landscape, large and broad, big skies, you see time passing through clouds going by. The mountains are these great sculptural presences. This landscape that I've landed in has helped me center and find importance in my work. And in having a wife who I can very much share these pursuits and ideas, and that she's an artist also, and have someone to discuss all these ideas. So this Bob Stocksdale Award, because I have such great respect and understanding of Bob Stocksdale's work for what its intent is, the joy, humanity, and understanding of material. Within his work, it's a common pursuit in my work also. You understand that others see that commonality between my work, my pursuits, and his. So I find this award really honors me.
You can see Dean Pulver's award-winning work through January 18th, 2018 at the Center for Art in Wood.